I think our players are excited about the challenge that we have ahead of us. We're going in to play a very good football team in Tennessee and in all three phases in front of a hostile environment. So it presents quite a challenge, but our players have had great attitudes. We've worked extremely hard. Coming off a bye week, I feel good about where we're at, and we're just looking forward to going in there and playing good football.
All right, Coach, we'll begin with Tom Murphy of the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette.
Yeah, good morning, Bobby. I was looking at Tennessee's notes, and I think they lead the country in plays per minute, so pace of play. And I wonder, with your defense, wanting to play faster, get a line, how that might play into this game.
Yeah, it's something that obviously they've been very good at for a long time. They're good at executing, good at moving fast. It's important for us to make sure we have great communication, we get in the right stances and get our eyes where they belong. Something we've been working on the last 2 weeks, and obviously it presents a challenge, but it's something that I think that we've been doing a good job of at practice.
Okay, and then the Shaq McCroy touchdown run the other day, I wonder who came up with that and why Shaq and how that kind of played into the game plan on the goal line.
Well, I think Shaq's a big man and he's hard to stop. It's a play that I've carried for a number of years. I always like to give it to the big guy. We call the formation mouse just because we put that little guy in the backfield.
All right, thanks.
Next will be Nathan King of Auburn Undercover.
Hey, Bobby, just kind of a different question. Auburn is retiring Cam Newton's jersey on Saturday. I wanted to ask what you remember about preparing for him in 2010 and what made him just kind of such a unique player to have to prepare for and game plan for.
You know, to be honest with you, I don't remember a lot about the preparation for him, but I do remember the game where we could not tackle him. And it was a fun offensive football game where it went up and down the field. And, you know, Cam did just a great job of running the football, breaking tackles, making big plays. We would go back and score. Then he would come back and hurt us running the ball and then hurt us throwing the ball. You know, he's such a unique athlete because he had the ability to do both. And he wasn't just a guy that would run and make you miss. He would actually punish you and run over you. So it was a very, very difficult thing to do, is to stop him the way they were playing at the time. And, you know, I remember that game very, very well.
Thank you, Bobby.
Next will be Jackson Fuller of the Times-Record.
Good morning, Bobby. Lots of new pieces and, new coaches for you guys, but last year against Tennessee was probably the best defensive performance of the season for Arkansas. How much of that game has, been involved in prep this week?
I mean, you always go back and watch the year before and put it in all your breakdowns, all your cut-ups and everything like that. We did do a nice job of playing defense. The key to always playing Tennessee is to be able to have a way to stop the run and not give up big explosive plays running the football. They do such a good job of spreading you out and throwing it that the run is what's really a major concern. So we've definitely spent a lot of time on what we did in that game and then who they are this year. You know, they're always a little bit different year to year on what they emphasize and what they do.
You've talked about needing to run the football better in the second half on early downs. How much of Talon kind of contributes to that? It seems like his maybe explosiveness after halftime just hasn't been the same in the 3 weeks. Do you kind of need him to spur that better running effort in the second half this week?
Well, he's certainly a part of our offense is his ability to run the football and, finding different ways to get him out in the open so that he can do that. I think we have to work harder at and do a better job of.
Thank you, Bobby.
Next is Trey Biddy of hogsports.com.
Morning, Coach. I know you haven't been here 3 years, but going back 3 years ago, every game that Arkansas has played has either been an Arkansas win on the road or a loss by 7 points or less. And I'm curious what you think may have contributed to that versus some of the games at home where they've been, pretty significant losses.
Yeah, sorry about that, Trey. I wouldn't know. Like you said, I wasn't here. And what we've been trying to do the last 2 weeks is tear off the rearview mirror and look forward and try to really have a positive attitude and get prepared for a game and get our players in a position where we play full speed, play fast, and play physical.
Any changes to how you guys have, gone to road games in the past? Like, what is your exit from Fayetteville to Knoxville look like, timing and stuff, and what's like the plan the night before the game?
Yeah, well, I mean, we change it up a little bit because I like to do what I know, and we weren't able to change the flight. I would normally like to get in town a little bit earlier and spread things out a little bit, but we weren't able to do that with the plane and the arrangements we already made. We'll go through a routine at night that includes meetings and relaxation. So the routine will be different.
Next will be Kyle Sutherland of Hogbeat. Kyle Sutherland, are you there?
Sorry, I thought I was unmuted. Sorry about that. Hey, Coach, I was going to ask you about the players that have voiced their appreciation for you and their support for you. One of them has been Monty Harrison, and he talked a good bit about that last week. How big has that been for you, not just to have the player support from someone like him? I know he can't contribute on the field right now, but from someone that's been through the adult life for about a decade now, to have that support within the locker room.
Yeah, we really missed not having him out on the field. He's such a strong young man and older man, I guess I really should say. But he provided a lot of leadership to our players and still does. He's here every day. He's in the locker room every day. He's very mature. He talks a lot about, don't pass by the chances and opportunities that you have, because he knows how that goes. So his strength and his leadership is still with our team.
Coach, we'll finish you up with Matt Byrne of the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette.
Yeah, good morning, Bobby. Talon was joking with us yesterday that now all players get to see you kind of get riled up in an after-practice speech. What's kind of been the message in those this week coming out of a pretty unique bye week?
I mean, what we're working hard at is doing our jobs. Everybody, all 11 guys working together as one, trying to really play with a lot of effort and speed and understanding that, we play one play at a time, but that everyone does their job. And then whether you did it properly or didn't do it properly, you put it behind you. And the most important thing is the next play. And I think we need to really learn that and understand that as the game goes on. We have no time to put your head down. If you got beat, you got to just line up and shake it off and go win the next battle.
Thank you.
Coach, thank you for your time.